hello there. You've come to have a nice cup of tea at our pop-up Deer Shed Café. What brought you here?
Well, we're regulars.
So, do you come to the cafe often? The pop-up here.
Yes, it's lovely to walk through the park and just pop in and have a cup of tea.
Lovely. And what do you think of our pupils working here?
I think it's wonderful. Yeah, it's nice to interact. Yeah. There's people working here, it's good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what's your favourite? Is it a cup of tea or a cup of coffee?
Mainly tea.
Mainly tea.
Yeah, tea, mate.
Brilliant. And if we had our deer shed, would you come along to that?
We definitely would.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks. So Charlie,
Yeah?
so how long have you been working at the pop-up here?
I've only worked here for about 2 days, I reckon.
Okay, and what's the best thing about working in a pop-up?
The best thing is basically getting to serve the customers and making sure everything is exactly as right as rain.
Have you had any tricky customers?
Not recently, no. I think we've all been quite good recently. We've all handled every single obstacle that we can get through. So yeah, all good. I think we don't have any tricky obstacles to overcome. I think it's all been good. All easy, all advanced. It's just brilliant.
Fabulous. Thanks, Charlie.
You two are going to be in coffee with me. Sweet. Yeah, you're going to be on...
They can't wait to get started.
Espresso. Are we ready? Ready. Are we ready, everyone?
The trainees all have learning difficulties. On one level, they're being taught to make and sell coffee, but these are skills that can change the course of their lives.
I want to get a job, I want to pay me, and I want to get work. I want to do some on restaurant, and then buy a new car.
Bianca Tavella founded the cafe so that more people with disabilities got the chance to have a career. It's a combination of learning in college and on-the-job training.
It's confidence, it's independence, it's responsibility, it's someone believing in themselves, and it motivates them 1,000 times more. And we've only had the trainees for 4 months, and genuinely every single one of them has completely transformed. We have 2 or 3 trainees that were basically non-verbal when they started, and they're now working on the till this morning.
Every big venture needs a grand opening. Model Ellie Goldstein did the honours. She's an ambassador for the cafe. She doesn't want people to be defined by their disabilities. This is how she defines herself.
Okay, well, so I describe myself as one, cute, because I'm always cute all the time. A bit cheeky, like to give demands, like food, like croissants. But also, on the other hand, I'm a bit of a little prankster.
Back inside, Oliver is changing his own future, one cappuccino at a time.
It's really, really good, and I feel really, really confident. And to me personally, I feel normal. I feel absolutely normal, even though I have a disability.
I kept on getting rejected from a lot of jobs. It makes me happy coming here.
If you have any doubts if this is for you, Oliver wants a word.
Keep believing in yourself, never give up, don't blame yourself, and be awesome.
While this is their first proper job, the aim is for it to be the beginning of a career and for those dreams to start coming true. Toby Sadler, 5 News.
Okay, I'm Jeanette. I've been working with the pupils on the pop-up cafe and they absolutely love it. It gives them so many skills. They've been serving customers, chatting to the customers, and you've just been brilliant, haven't you? Do you love it?
Yep, I love it. I love working here because if I'm honest with you, I don't get out much often and do something. So it's a great experience for me and Hannah to like go out and serve customers and do as everybody wishes. And apparently, I love doing it. So
yeah, absolutely fantastic.
So, Jeanette, you work a lot with our pupils on work experience.
I do.
What kind of skills do you think our pupils could offer future employers?
Well, they're so hard-working. There's nothing that they don't do. They're attentive to customers. I mean, even out on the farms that we do, they're constantly looking for, you know, what's the next job. The skills that they've learned are just, well, tremendous really, and they surprise me every single day.
Indeed we do.
So what would you say to an employer who was perhaps nervous about employing someone with learning difficulties?
I think just to make, you know, give them a chance, you'll see. And we've had so much feedback, especially from Darwin Forest. They've said that the pupils that have been there have been working harder and understand and get on more than some staff that have been there 25 years. So that's a really good accolade, really. Yeah.
And so what's the best thing about working with our pupils on the pop-up cafe?
Just to see them shine, just to see them enjoy it, and absolutely.
It's more like the experience you'll get from, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just one. It is.
It's just how everybody learns on take responsibility, and once they reach like a certain age or something.
Absolutely. Well, you teach me something every day, don't you?
I do.
Yes.
Oh, when I was at David Levy, I did teach you something, didn't I?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I scanned books and and some things.
You do.
So we're fundraising for the Deer Shed Café. How important do you think that would be to our pupils' future?
It would be absolutely. It's
1 in a million, I would say.
Absolutely. No, it's something that they definitely need. Unfortunately, there's not much out there for them now, and they need something to be able to go to for when they leave school, that they've got some work that they can turn to.
And do you think that the Deer Shed could perhaps help them springboard into another job?
Absolutely. Definitely, because it'll give them the skills, the customer service skills that they need in every job.
Shannon is by far one of our quirkiest team members. We really want to keep him. He's such a valuable asset to us, and his ability within deliveries and storage and across the warehouse is second to none, really.
I've been working with Shannon for about nearly 4 years now, and when he first came to us, he was very disorganised and he lacked a lot of confidence. He didn't have a good time at school, and he really didn't know what he wanted to do work-wise. The one thing he did say when we talked about what he would like to do in the future was about putting things in boxes.
Before I got the job at Sea Salt, I was not leaving the house and I wasn't doing nothing, but since then it's helped me to change my life plan into working full time and getting out of the house and meeting new people. First time we talked about it, Nicky asked me what I want to do, and I said putting things into boxes.
Eventually we found him a work placement at Sea Salt in their warehouse, and that proved to be a fantastic opportunity for Shannon. He went there initially on an 8-week placement, and the feedback was really positive.
Taking Shannon's interests on board with physical aspects of the warehouse and being interested in handling boxes, he's really well suited to our deliveries and storage team, and that's really the avenue that we've pushed him down, and to build on his strengths and his interests, really.
Before, my timekeeping was rubbish, but now it's good, and I'm good in team, and my confidence have gone up as well.
So the support from United Response has been really vital to Shannon's overall development with us. I think it's been that regular point of contact for both Shannon, with physical contact with yourself, Nicky. Initially that was obviously a weekly visit to check on his progress. Shannon's proven to us he's just as capable, if not more, in many regards than some of our other warehouse assistants in absorbing information, taking on board feedback, and it's because of his ability to do that, with the support he's received, that's really allowed him to progress and become a really key member of our team.
Shannon's a really lively, kind young man. He's very thoughtful. He likes to help others, and he's been fantastic at getting himself where he is today. He's grown into a confident young person and he knows what he wants in life, which is a fantastic achievement for him.
One look at Clint, Tanya, and Priya, and you can tell they're not your typical Tim Hortons employees. You may even think, token hires? Think again. They are the unexpected boom to this business's bottom line. They are proof there is a huge return on disability.
Hi there, can we help you?
Mark Wafer owns 7 Tim Hortons franchises in Toronto. 18 years ago, he decided to do good and stumbled on a money-making secret that was very good for business.
When we first opened a store in 1995, I realized very quickly that my staff weren't going to be able to keep up the dining room. It was a large store, 65 seats, and the dining room, my staff couldn't keep up. I had a need. I had to hire somebody.
I'm expecting a lot of people to come in for soup and chili this afternoon. I want you guys to be ready.
Okay.
Okay.
That somebody was Clint Sparling, ready to start working like yesterday. And the thing is, Mark got that. Mark himself is hearing impaired. His own disability made him open to hiring someone no one else would.
After about 2 weeks, Clint was ready to work, and very quickly I realized he had become my best employee.
Clint has Down syndrome, but here it doesn't matter. He makes the same money as everyone else. He's expected to do the same work as everyone else. But he delivers, you guessed it, like no one else.
Tim Hortons is a wonderful place to hang out, and I just
Your
love
boss
to work.
is listening. You can't say you hang out at work.
No, it's a different way of saying I was born to work.
He works so hard, loves his job so much, he hardly calls in sick and routinely has to be reminded to go home at the end of his shift. As Mark's business grew, he hired more people with disabilities. And with every store and every hire, profits went up, big time. 41 of Mark's employees, roughly a third of his workforce, has a disability. From managers to bakers, and they're not just his top performers. More often than not, they are his outperformers.
We have one individual who's baking in one of our stores, one of our busiest stores, and she's profoundly deaf. And her productivity rate is 18.4% higher than the person she replaced, and that person had been working that job for 9 years.
Tanya Walsh also takes an obvious pride in raising the bar. She has autism and a spotless work ethic that has earned her 2 promotions in 7 years.
I actually work really hard too and everything. That's how hard working I am. Even all my other coworkers at Tim Hortons say to me, you work so hard, Tanya.
And then there's Priya Premchuk. She has an intellectual delay but has no problem keeping up with dirty tables. A bit shy, she finds it easier doing her job than talking about it.
What do you like about it? Tough questions, huh? Yeah.
What's not so tough to figure out? All 3 are loyal, productive employees, and the effect is contagious. Not only do Mark's disabled workers tend to stick around, so do his others.
Yeah. Is it coming? Right, watch this magic. Watch this magic.
Please wait.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that.
Go. Hi, so what's your name?
My name is Kevin.
And how old are you, Kevin?
I am 17.
So you're going to be leaving school soon, aren't you?
Well, it depends.
So what do you want to do when you leave school?
To be honest, one of the 2 things I'd love to do is work in a theme park or being a chef.
Okay. So what kind of experience do you think you'd need for those jobs?
To be honest, with being a chef, you need to be creative. Same working in a theme park. So both you need creative, and for good customer service and friendliness, you need that for both of them too.
So what does working in the pop-up Alfreton Park's shop help you do?
It helps me with confidence, and as well, it gets me used to talking to more people.
Brilliant.